Say no to drug abuse. Today on Dauntless Stay in the Course Motivational Talk Show with Rose and Okechukwu Enokwe, we shall be talking about withdrawal syndrome. I hear a lot of people who are depressed or were depressed or had anxiety disorder or other mental health illness say they had their symptoms come back worse than it was the first time the moment they felt okay and stopped taking their antidepressants or other psychotropics. Well, I am here today to tell you that what you experienced is called withdrawal or discontinuation syndrome. You heard me? Withdrawal or discontinuation syndrome. This video is to help share knowledge and also create awareness about mental health illness and drug abuse. The symptoms recur, at times worse than earlier experienced. This happened because you stopped taking your medication abruptly. These drugs aren't common drugs you can decide to stop taking whenever you feel like.
If you had met with your doctor before stopping your medication, if he or she was a good doctor, the doctor would have tapered the dose, that is, reducing the current dose to a much smaller dose and then maybe from once or twice daily to maybe once a week while you are being observed until you are finally ascertained to be okay. Then and only then will you be asked to stop taking the drugs completely. Inasmuch as your dosage may be carefully tapered down and then stopped altogether, this syndrome can still occur, but it will depend on how long therapy lasted and how much your dosage was. By and large, the syndrome usually does resolve on its own or upon restarting your medications. Also, before your doctor places you on these drugs, the right thing to do is to educate you about this syndrome. I can understand that sometimes we healthcare givers can be nonchalant at times, same with the patient.
This withdrawal syndrome is also common with hard drug and alcohol addicts. The moment they decide to stop taking alcohol or hard drugs abruptly, it creates a different environment from what their brain has already been adapted to due to high or frequent intake of alcohol or hard drugs. That is why the rehabilitation center is the best place to be in to help one curb addiction, because addiction is not something you can stop on your own abruptly and be fine. It's also not a church deliverance thing. I'm not saying praying is a bad thing. Praying for whatever situation you find yourself in is a good thing, but also doing the right and necessary things by getting the experts or specialists involved to help you get better is also a wonderful thing to do. So guys, that's it for today on withdrawal syndrome. It's high time we stopped living in denial, in ignorance, and in shame and begin taking care of our mental health. It's not a taboo to visit a shrink, to visit a psychiatric hospital, or to go for therapy. Take care of your mental health today before it takes you out. I'm Dauntless Duchess, Rose and Okechukwu Enokwe. Keep being dauntless and stay in the course. Stay in the course.